Good morning and welcome to Grandma Honey's house. My name is Pamela Shang, but most people know me as Grandma Honey. This was a name given to me about 14 years ago from one of my granddaughters when she was around 2 years old. She just started calling me that and we all thought the name was so cute, it's just stuck all these years. I would love to tell you why I feel I would be the perfect representative for GE as the great American grandma. First of all, I am a grandma to 15 beautiful grandchildren. I'm a very organized person. I have good people skills, and my husband says I've never met a stranger. I like to remind him that I come from a long line of talkers. I love to cook and bake and sharing these skills with other people. I have taught healthy snacks workshop for kids at the West Virginia State PTA Convention. I've done cooking demonstrations for our local Rotary Club and the Women's Club. My kitchen truly is the heart of my home, and one of the reasons is it's a special time when I get to spend some time in there with my grandchildren. Sometimes we're creating new recipes, sometimes I'm just passing down old family favorites to them. But the one thing that's always going on at that time is we're having a lot of fun. There's always a lot of laughing, storytelling, dancing around, and sometimes crying. Most of my granddaughters are teenagers right now, so that's a really kind of hard time of high school years is a hard time during their life. So I like to listen to what's going on in their life, and sometimes I feel like I can pass on some good old-fashioned values, and they use this time to teach me social media. Anytime we're baking cookies or a cake, someone's going to pull out a cell phone and say, let's take a selfie, let's make a video of this, Grandma Honey, let's put this on Facebook. So besides a good time for bonding and making special memories, I'm kind of learning something too about them. I learned my kitchen skills as a very young girl from my mother, who was an excellent cook and baker. I've always been good at creating my own recipes, and about 12 years ago, I went out of my comfort zone and started entering some of my original recipes in local and national recipe contests. I feel very lucky and very honored by this, that over the years, I've won many wonderful prizes. One of my most memorable wins, though, was that I was lucky enough to have been chosen 3 times as a finalist in the Pillsbury Bake Off contest. My first Bake Off experience, I won my category, so I was one of the 5 people standing on stage as a chance to win the $1 million. I did not win the $1 million, but I won $5,000 and a new GE stove. The friendships and bonds that I made from these bake-off experiences are wonderful. I worked as a registered nurse for 42 years. I retired about 4 years ago, and at that time, everything I knew about a computer was pretty much what I was required to learn to do my job as a nurse. I knew nothing about social media, and it was a very scary thing to me to think about going on any kind of social media. Well, at this time, I decided to take on a new challenge, and I published a blog called Grandma Honey's House. I look at this as a place where I can share my recipes, talk about the experiences with my grandchildren in the kitchen, and just share my journey of grandparenting. I spent many hours teaching myself how to do this blog. I watched a million YouTube videos, read everything I could on the internet, and I have a niece that's a blogger, so I was always picking her brain too. So now I'm pretty happy to say that I feel like I'm a pretty good social media grandma. You'll find me just about any day with a homemade cookie in one hand and a cell phone in the other. I'm active on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, and doing my blog. As a matter of fact, for this year, I've set myself some new goals to learn how to do videos. I like to do YouTube and Instagram stories. I tell my husband all the time that I really feel like we need to continue to learn something new every day, especially as we get older. I would like to thank you for this wonderful opportunity that you've created for someone to get. And I would like to be considered as the great American grandma to share my abilities in baking and cooking. And that would be such an honor. And I would do an excellent job to represent GE as the great American grandma. Thank you. Have a good day.